I'm gonna start with you, Leo. Where are your thoughts on keeping Champ Kelly long term? Right? Is that something that you're interested in doing?
Man, you know what? The more I've learned about him, the more I heard about him. It was Mark's initial choice before they even got Zeke.
Yep.
You know how respected the man is in the league. I think he should hire Champ before he even looks to hiring the coach. Like, let this dude do it. Like, after seeing what the coaches, oh, I want this guy, oh, I want that guy. Like, it's time for us to have a GM that's gonna like balance shit out. Like, no, like that's dumb. We need to do this. And to me, I think Champ is the dude, bro. I really do. I really think Champ. I believe in him. And I really think that that's what Mark is going to hire as the GM, brother.
Me too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where you at, CT, man? Where you at?
I'm vibing right now. It's his music, but
hey, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
I'm gonna start off with this though. How many assistant GMs are in the league? I'm gonna start off with that. You know, they kept him for a reason. They brought him in even with Ziegler here, even if he was the guy before. That has to have some validity to it. You know, I mean, they're the way they are together, the way he's kind of like AP. You know, the way he holds himself, what he says is what he wants to do. You know, and I really think more that I'm reading up on him, more that I'm starting to learn about him, I honestly think he can be that guy. And I think that these decisions coming up at the end of this year, GM, head coach, all that stuff, I think is super, super important for like the next 5-6 years of this franchise, this team, everything.
That's what's up. I agree.
Yep. We fully agree. And we talking, you know, just the basis off the continuity. You know what I mean? Now, I didn't put this as a banner because I didn't want to even give no power to it. Right? I don't even want to fucking give it any power by saying it. But I'm going to say it anyway because it's become a hot topic over the last couple of months, right? Over social. So now there's talk about Jon Gruden coming back.
Man.
Hell
no. Can I tell y'all something?
I touched on this.
Can I tell y'all something?
The here is that he was to drop the lawsuit against the NFL, which the lawsuit has some very damning things that the NFL will turn a blind eye and allow him to be hired back. Now, we're going to start with Turf. Where are your thoughts on the Jon Gruden rehiring?
I don't want no parts of Jon Gruden. Hey, look, straight front, clear, and center. How can I don't want no parts of Jon Gruden moving forward. I love Jon Gruden. I didn't think he got treated properly. But guess what? I'm good with Jon Gruden. It's time to pass Jon Gruden on, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to just move forward. Let's go. No more Jon Gruden.
Man,
thank you. Appreciate you. I'm done.
Man, I agree. I agree.
Quick.
CT, where are your thoughts on that, man? How you feeling about Jon Gruden's rehiring?
I'm good on that shit. I'll pass. It's a hard pass. It's a Uno reverse fucking pass I'm throwing down. I like Jon Gruden, just like Turf was saying, like the fans, Chucky, you know, like everything he brings, you know, his charisma and the character he is.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be against him like somehow being part of the franchise, you know, part of the team in some kind of way, because like, again, like the fans love him and everything. But as far as being a head coach, making any kind of like on the field decisions, like I'm good with that shit.
Right.
No, we had our field. Leo, where you at with it, man? Where you at?
Man, I am a Chucky fan, but hell to the no. I'm good. I'm good. It's time to move on. Like Gruden 2.0, you could tell the game was passing him by.
Yep.
You know, he got some good things. You know, he got the best out of Waller. Probably DC had a few good games with him. The way he got out, games. The way he got outed out of the league was shitty to me. You know, that was fucked up, considering that nothing happened to the fucking everybody else in those emails. That was my whole thing. But for him to come back, nah, dude, I'm cool. Like, nah. You want to come back as an advisor to Mark? Yeah, whatever. Mark loves you. Do that, but there's no need for you to come back as head coach, bro. Not even.
I wouldn't even say an advisor. Just a public face. That's it. Someone to show up and sign shit and
a mascot, damn near, bro.
Yeah, damn near mascot. There you go.
Pretty much a mascot, dude. Pretty much a mascot.
Yeah.
You have Tom Brady already, so you don't even need that man in your ear like that.
At all.
Chris, where are you at, man? Last but not least, Chris, where are you at on the John Gruden rehire?
Man, so for one, I would lose respect for John Madden, or not John, I'm tripping. For Gruden. I would lose respect for Gruden if he stopped his lawsuit against the NFL. My thing is stand on it and see it through, because for one, they attacked you. You know what I'm saying? It was a hit job. And my thing is, pull out them skeletons everybody got, because it's a good old boys club anyway. I want to see what all them skeletons is out there, man. Like I want to see what all they was doing to Kaepernick and all that. Like Gruden knows all that stuff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But as far as just him being a coach for us, though, and I loved Gruden, man, when he first came back, and I was happy that we got him. But it's the draft, without us knowing who made the draft picks, but we all know a lot had to do with Gruden just for how much he got paid. I mean, he really set his team back. I mean, we're feeling the effects of his drafts right now, today.
Free agency decisions.
You know what I'm saying? Free agencies, drafts. I mean, you think of the Arnett's of the world. You think about the Alex Leatherwoods of the world. It's like, it's hard to forget about that, man. It's hard to forget about it. You can't sweep that under the rug, man, because that's the kind of stuff that sets you back for 5-8 years, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it sounds good. It's a good story, a good fairy tale, but hard pass for me, bro.
Look, and I'm on the lines of saying, sometimes things happen for a reason. Shit happens for a reason. And as bad as it was that he got fired, and as shitty as it is, like Chris was saying, you can't drop that lawsuit. Number one, you got to stand on that. And number two, it's like, to think about it, we look at, and now you look back now, it's like, we probably better off. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, we better off that a lot of shit happened. Because we looking at it now, it's like Leo said, we were good for a couple games, but it's like, was Gruden's way sustainable? That's the next thing that we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, his way wasn't even sustainable. We couldn't even keep that for years upon years to build on. You know what I mean? It was too much.
Bro, if you remember, we always started off hot and ended shitty.
Yeah.
December was the worst.
And you bring up a good point, Leo, because I thought about this earlier. I'm like, AP has a chance to really win the job because he has a chance to do what no recent Raiders head coach has done, and that's finish strong. The only one that has finished strong for real is Versace. And whatever that is, but he finished strong. Other than that, for the past couple of decades, we've all fizzled the fuck out at, during the end of the season. So if he can have us finish strong, that's something that's going to be huge. But I mean, I asked her. I think Chris already answered it, but Leo, CT, you gonna start with CT, man. How you feel about AP being the full coach? Has he earned it in your eyes? What does he need to do?
Right. I mean, honestly, if I could, I would say I want to see how he finishes out the season. Everything that I felt and everything that the nation's felt and us as fans and the team and everything. If I had to answer right now, I would say yeah. But at the end of the day, I still want to see what, how he's going to finish the season, how he's going to, everything, how we're going to come off the bye week, close out. I mean, if we're going to make any adjustments in the second half, keep these leads, everything like that, So I really want to see how we really finish everything out. But if I had to answer right now and me being comfortable with my answer, I would say, yeah, everything that he's done, the vibe, the feeling, everything he's brought back. The players play hard for him. They believe in him. I just think we're a few pieces away, like a more experienced offensive coordinator, better offensive coordinator, better playbook, and a better quarterback.
Leo, where you at?
I like AP. I like him, but he's still young, brand new head coach. You know, it's only his 4th game. From what I've seen, this is his job to lose or to earn. Either way, first 4 games, he won the 2 games he was supposed to. Lost the 2 games that nobody thought he would win anyway, right? We were good in the Dolphin game. The KC one got away from us. I think it all depends on how he finishes. But my whole thing is I don't want them to get caught up in, because I know we got to go through the hiring process, but I don't want them to get caught up on like, oh, AP's our guy, so we don't have to worry about it. Like, nah, like I want to see Champ doing these research about what coaches are going to come, who's interested in coming to Vegas. Like Vegas is a hot spot to come and be the new coach in. You know what I mean? Like they got money, they got look at how many primetime games we were on despite our record. Like I like it, but for me right now, I like AP. To say hire him, I wouldn't be mad, but at the same time, I want to see how he finishes because we're a mid team. We're playing mid teams coming up, with the exception of KC one more time, and see how we fare up against these teams that we're supposed to be mid with, and see how if those players really want him there. They will show it on the field.
And they'll still respond. They'll still respond. I agree.
Yeah. And I want everybody to realize, you know what I mean? I mean, most people that's in here, you know, you can hear you say it already, even people in the chat. But even if we get a new head coach and somebody that's never been a head coach before, i.e. a Ben Johnson, somebody like that, all the things that we're annoyed at AP with right now, we probably gonna see the same goddamn thing. Learning clock situational awareness, learning how to use timeouts. You know what I mean? Just the difference is that he will be coming in, let's say Ben Johnson will be coming in as an experienced coordinator already. So your boy already has an offense and has already done certain things that AP didn't even do at the NFL level for it. You know what I mean? Didn't even really do because he was a linebacker coach. As a linebacker coach, you don't really have that much power during on Sundays except over your group, over who you coach. So I mean that's where I'm at. But I mean, is there any? Let's start with you, Chris. Is there any head coaching candidates you would be interested in if it wasn't AP?
That's tough, man. It's tough. I think if it wasn't AP, I would probably want to give one of them coordinators a shot as far as you know, whether it's somebody from that Eagles tree or somebody from that Lions tree. To be honest, I don't think I want like a retread. You know, I don't want to retread coach, so I don't want like a, I don't even know who's out there. So I mean, because at the end of the day, it's like sometimes you just got to take a calculated risk. I mean that's how the Dolphins, got Mike McDaniel. They took a risk on a young coordinator. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'd probably take, and I forgot who said this other day. It may have been Rundown. But I mean, you got to look at that tree that they came from, man. Shanahan. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if you, get you somebody that has been around some dogs and got a good system going. And honestly, before I wasn't down for it, but I wouldn't say I would shut the door on Bieniemy. I ain't gonna lie. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, I wasn't interested. I wouldn't shut the door on that, man.
Me neither.
But I think with that domestic violence, that's probably a hard no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because
I'm iffy on Flores, man. I'm gonna let you know something. I don't really like Flores. I'm gonna tell you what though. I'm gonna give y'all something that's out the name, out the wazoo. If you looking for a defensive head coach and you want one of them, the dude from the Panthers, bro. I don't know. It starts with an E. Evero. I think that's his last name. He's real, bro. If he's the defensive coordinator guy, he's my guy. If I want a head coach for real, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro, because he's bad.
The dude from Baltimore too. Their defensive coordinator is really good too.
Like, I like it. They're young. You know what I mean? Like they're young and they know already the modern type of shit. But I think that Mark Davis is looking for offense. I really do. I really think so.
I hope not.
No, you hope
I think just we need a better offensive coordinator.
We're trending in the right direction.
That's exactly in the right direction. That's my fear of getting a new head coach is that I don't want to lose what this team is right now.
Momentum, yes. They're going to the defensive side of the game and really being able to actually hold people and stop people and not needing to depend on the offense.
Turnovers and stuff like that.
You know who scared us from all that? I think we're so afraid because of what McDaniels did as a new coach. Like we all look what he inherited, and then he dismantled that shit. And you hear
we don't want to
see that shit again. You know, like you don't want
to. Good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. Like you don't want to go in there and
be like, this is a guy, and this is why I will continue to preach this. This is a guy that's gonna come in here and ain't gonna have that much power. You know what I mean? Like where I just said the Raiders continuously fuck up is like you have coach-driven team, meaning like the coach controls everything, bro. Like he don't need to do that. You have a GM for a reason.
Can't do that for survival. You can't do it.
Yeah, I agree there.
To do his goddamn job, get the talent that he sees and that he can do. Because what do we always say? And what do we say that pissed us off about the game? He don't fit the scheme to the player. The player got to fit to the scheme. You feel what I'm saying? So
dude.
You get a coach in here that's going. You get a coach in here and say, "Hey man, give me a grocery bagger, bro. I'll make that motherfucker work." You know what I mean? I have him running when he can run. I have him running some good stuff. You know what I mean? Only that stuff that's only pertaining to what he can do. So if that's the case, you feel me? It don't matter what Champ bring in here.
But then also, I think the head coach and the GM still need to be.
They have a bond.
United. They still have to be united in from a philosophy schematic standpoint. They got to still have the same, because the thing is, like, if you're bringing a whole bunch of guys in that don't run the and I get what you're saying, but like every coach has a system. I mean, but you can be flexible with it, but it's like, you know, like I don't think that, you know, a GM. Well, I know it's Andy Reid, but like if Andy Reid had a GM, like it's not like he would bring in a Lamar type of quarterback.
Andy Reid does have a GM. Let's not get that.
He ain't got no GM, bro.
Exactly. That dude just shut up and play with Andy Reid.
He's part owner.
I'm gonna be honest. The only thing Andy was bullish on in his Chiefs tenure was Mahomes. To be real.
Wait, say it again.
Mahomes was the only thing that Reid was bullish on. That's the only thing that
he said. I gotta have him.
I'm gonna get.
Well,
I need Mahomes. I'll have everything else. I'm gonna get Mahomes.
Yeah, he was like, I don't care about anything else. Give me that little curly hair dude.
And I remember they was like,
you think about it, he had Alex Smith. Like fuck, he had Alex Smith. So at that point, he had built a team and was like, I just need my fucking quarterback.
Yeah, he was like, all I need is a dog back there. I just need a dog.
Alex Smith got hurt, didn't he?
He's really hands off, but it's like when he wanted Mahomes, he was like, bro, I'll run there myself. Like, I'll run there myself and get him.
Now, Alex Smith, he didn't get hurt with the Chiefs. Didn't they trade him? Didn't he get hurt somewhere else?
He got hurt with the Redskins.
He got hurt with the Redskins.
Yeah, but he didn't get hurt with the Chiefs though. I mean, they were just like we got this dude that's practicing with the second team that's killing our first team defense. We gotta get this dude on the field.
All day. Oh, I remember that.
And that leads us into our next topic, and that is right the NFL draft. All right, because it's around the corner. It's around the corner, bro.
It's too early, bro. It's too early.
Hell no.
Man, let me see the playoff for. Let me see who step up, baby.
I'm the type of dude. I'm prepared for whatever. If we go 4-1-5-0,
you don't know where we gonna pick.
You know what I mean? But if it goes south, shit, I'm already like, I already scouted what we need to scout. You know what I mean? Like, I know what it is at this point. So, like, my thing is like, okay, if we keep AP in the draft, where are you going? Right? What are you doing? And I'm along the lines of saying this. Even if we do go 4-1, right? 5-0, sneak in there. In no way, shape, or form. If you telling me we at fucking 15 and Jaden Daniels is there, I'm not, bro. There's no way you're telling me I'm not paying him.
Talk your talk,
love Daniels.
Love that boy.
Love that boy.
Hey, if we was doing this last year, y'all would have said I was saying the same thing about Stroud. Because I was saying.
Oh, I did. I did say that about Stroud last year. I wanted Stroud back.
So it's like, I think, like, bro, I still think we need a more dynamic quarterback.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't want Stroud last year. I was jumping
You're
up and
down. You're a Michigan fan, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I was jumping up and down for Jalen Carter or old buddy Witherspoon. I love
Seattle.
Yeah, I love it. He's a dog.
Or even Gonzalez, Christian Gonzalez.
Those are my three that I wanted.
Cornerback, right? Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah. Number three I wanted.
I would have went there too. Definitely would, if it wasn't a quarterback. You know what I mean? But this year, I mean, I just heard.
We got to get a quarterback this year. There's no ifs.
We have to.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna start with CT. Like, a lot of people are starting to think now. We just a quarterback away, bro. Like, we just one dynamic ass player at that position away. Or do you feel that sentiment?
Leo said we more than that.
Where are you at, CT, with it?
I wouldn't say we're just a quarterback away. If we had a better, more dynamic, more experience. I don't even want to say more experience, but just a better quarterback. I think it would help us in a lot of situations. But I do want to bring this up. I talked about it a little bit on my show I just came off of, and only because I've heard it. But would you guys be opposed to trading Devontae Adams for getting something in the draft?
I'm out.
Hold on. I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying do it.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying to get draft capital. I can't.
Just capital and where he's at, like
I can't.
One or two players for another 5 or 6 years. I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying do it.
No, I get it.
Like, depending on what team it's coming from, or
capital.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where that pick might be.
No,
I would just say, I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying you might have that.
I'm gonna present y'all with this, because I was on my last live and I talked about this. Right? I think me in the comments was talking about it. So it was the Jets, okay? But the Jets offered you their first round, and they said we're gonna give you Quinnen Williams too in the second round.
Quinnen Williams?
Quinnen.
See, now we talking a little bit now.
That's what I'm saying.
But to me, that's giving up a lot. They ain't gonna do that.
All I'm saying, this is my only point. Is that in another year or two, probably 2, Adams ain't gonna have that kind of value no more. You know what I'm saying? He's not. So that's the only reason why I'm saying, I'm not saying do it. I'm not even saying consider it. I'm just saying if the team that it's coming from offers you a first and a second in the same draft, or maybe a player and a good player and a second. All I'm saying is this. My whole point is that Adams, he ain't gonna have that value in 2-3 years. And
I get it.
Still gonna have it. You know, that's my only.
Where you at with it?
Here's my whole thing. We'll go with the Adams thing, right? My whole thing is like, you talked about, are we a quarterback away from being an elite team, right? Say the rookie we do get is good. Now you have Adams, which you can use these next 2 years while he's still in his prime to help elevate that rookie, to help elevate that QB. You think about the early fucking DC days. Who did he have to throw to once Crabtree and Cooper left? Nobody. You know, now we have these 2 top receiving core. Like, I'm cool with that. My whole thing with that is, like, I know people are like, oh, we need draft capital. I think that all depends on where this team goes with the coach and its offensive coordinator. The look they're gonna go for, the style of offense they're gonna want, right?
That's another thing I wanted to talk about too.
Do I think we should draft a quarterback? I think so. We've had this discussion before, right? But then there's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft, so I don't know where. The reason I say it's too early, because last year I wasn't sold on Stroud around this time. I didn't get sold on Stroud till I saw him play against Georgia in that bowl game, and Georgia's no punk. And the way he was up and down on that team, this boy got it.
100%.
You know,
I agree.
So that's why right now, quarterback wise, like I'm waiting till tomorrow, where I see Knicks against Penix. Like see those two against one another. Like, woo, like I'm waiting for that. You know, but I still think we need more skill guys though. Like I would say the trenches.
I agree.
We need the inside of our offensive line, the inside of our defensive line. Yeah. Like if we can build that up instead of like having rotational guys, like how they set up, like have some good impact players. I saw when you said Quentin Williams, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to think about that one because that boy's a.
And that's the only thing I say there is because the only way I trade Devontae is if you give me another player in return that I know is going to give me immediate production.
That's it. That's the only way. It's absolutely the only way.
I don't even want two draft. I don't even want 2 number ones for him. Why? Because draft picks are a toss up, and that's
especially with us.
No idea. Now, you feel me?
Especially with us, man.
I know what he gonna do next to Max. Right. You know what I'm saying? Next to Max Crosby, we gonna eat. That's where I'm at. So it's like if you give me that type of haul, I'm gonna fuck around and think about it, and I might do it. But it has to be that type of haul, though. It can't be nothing less than that, though.
Mm-hmm. See, but not even. Why would we trade up for Marvin Harrison? Why would we do that if we don't have a quarterback?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Marvin Harrison is going to go. He doesn't go 1 or 2. He's going to go 1 or 2.
No, he's going 1 or 2. Yeah, he's going 1 or 2.
Nah. Marvin Harrison's out of there.
He's real.
We won't be in reach. I don't think we'll be in reach for a quarterback either, personally.
Not reach. Yeah, I don't think we'll.
I think the ones we'll want to be gone.
But isn't that your whole thing,
You got to be in the top 10.
No. I'm respect on that because ain't that your whole thing, Turf? I mean, Kansas City got Mahomes at 15. 15.
So who we gonna get? Who we gonna get at 15 that y'all think we think gonna be worth it?
Like Daniels. You already know who he like. You already know. See, I don't know. I mean, well, I don't know because he's probably not. He's probably not going to be considered a top 5. You think he's considered a top 5 quarterback in this draft?
No, he's not.
Yeah. Four guys will go before him.
Maybe 4 guys will go before him.
Okay, so what's the line right now? Who wants to bet me? It's 4. It's 5. Who wants to bet me that he's gone in the top 10? I'll guarantee you that.
I don't think he's going to the top 10. Unless he shows out in the combine.
Yeah, that's the
only way.
He's not physically imposing like Anthony Richardson.
I was going to say he wants to bet me right now.
I bet you.
He's not going now.
Yeah, I bet you.
That's 2 of us. Okay, so we got 2. We got 2 bets.
Yeah,
we'll take them bets offline. I got 2 though. I got 2 because I'm telling y'all that dude is going in the top 10.
Man, you're the same one who was already giving Jalen Carter his gold jacket.
I was not giving nobody a gold jacket.
Yeah, you were.
Nobody a gold jacket. But what I was giving was props that was better than what we picked.
No, that's part, yeah. But
see, this is what I'm saying. I don't think Daniels goes in the top 10 because the winner of tomorrow's game between Penix and Nate is gonna have more clout than him. They just are. You feel me? Like
they both got more clout than him already. And then Caleb, that's 3 right there.
And May, you got Drake.
Then you got Drake.
Mm-hmm. You feel me? Penix is gonna go before him. Maybe even Knicks might go before him at this point. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
he will. He will. And then you know Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna be a top 3 pick. That's 8, right? That's damn near 7 people right there.
O lineman is gonna go in the top 3.
Yeah, the left tackle.
I don't see y'all's dream. I don't see y'all's dream. I'm sorry, Daniels is gonna move on.
Especially with Chicago having 2 top picks, they have 2. Because they get Carolinas and they have their own.
They gonna trade out of that. They gonna trade out.
Hey, we got 2 out of this. 5 people on the panel. We got I'll be collecting my money because he'll be a top 10. He'll be top 10 picking. We're all gonna have this moment. And then the
if the Raiders are picking them, I'll tell you that shit.
All right. If we're in the top 10, we will pick him. If we are in the top 10, you hit it right on the head because that's somebody that AP is going to actually want. He already showed that.
What if we're at like 12, 13? Would you trade up to get Daniels in 10?
Why? For what?
No?
You got to give up too much.
No, because you're saying he's got to be a 10, right?
I don't want to do that for nobody. I don't want to do that for
I don't think we got enough draft to
I don't want to do that for nobody. No, I don't want to trade nothing.
Trading up for a quarterback never works.
Exactly. Me and Ted
it worked for the Giants.
Run down the green or something.
Wait. It worked for the Giants. Eli Manning.
They got to give us sauce and like a first or a second.
That's a lot. Ain't no one doing that. Not even on Madden.
See,
even Madden will tell you no on that one.
Hey, but you know what though? You know when I think about Adams though, and I guess I do have to kind of take a step back. The way his contract is set up.
Yes, Mr. Raider Nation, right?
We damn near. I'm only gonna have him for another year or so anyway. Just how his contract. Because I forgot what it goes up. It goes up to
is ridiculous.
Yeah, it goes up to like quarterback number. You damn near. You know what I'm saying?
$40 million a year and shit.
Yeah, something crazy. So like, we're either gonna have to
at that point we're
restructure.
Restructure or end up trading them and stuff. Anyway.
But honestly, I want to keep him just because I know he wants to be here.
Yeah.
And I just like you need dogs like that, man. It's like we never have a dog like that and we never keep them. Like I just want to keep a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like
this is a generational receiver we talk
about.
Right,
man. Let's just keep him, you know?
I agree.
Yeah,
he's the closest thing to Tim Brown that I can remember. Man,
like y'all gonna think
I need to throw some Tim Brown highlights on my intro.
Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but
what?
Tay better than Tim Brown.
Well,
the game's different now, though. The game's different.
Me.
Yeah, you know what? I feel you.
You heard me.
Athletes are different now, so yeah, I get you.
I'm just saying. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm sorry. You heard me, Turf. You heard me, old school.
Man. I don't know, bro.
You heard me, old school.
Do you guys remember after we got Marshawn Lynch?
You just trying to say that Devontae Adams is better than Timmy Brown?
I think he is, bro. I'm sorry. I think he is. I think he is, man.
No, he's not.
You don't think so?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. If he ain't proved it by now, he's missing Hall of Fame right now.
Devontae is going to the Hall of Fame. We all know.
Oh, first ballot. First ballot.
Hold on. See, this is where I might be old. Well, I'm just saying, I think right now ain't nobody in their right mind even, and I love Devontae Adams. I don't think anybody that's in their right mind going to say he comes to Tim Brown status right now.
Yeah.
Didn't Tim Brown win the Heisman Trophy? Then what did it like Tim Brown like? Yo, are y'all serious? Are y'all serious?
I'm dead serious, bro.
I'm gonna just say I'm gonna stick to what I said. I think they're both really good. I think the game is just different.
See, but when I hear the game's different, then I picture Tim Brown with these rules, bro.
Yeah,
he would go off even more.
No, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is like back then it was more. You saw a lot more passing and stuff like that. You know, it wasn't.
You see more passing now.
Yeah, more passing now.
Tim Brown is such a typical name too. That's who's the first person to pop up. It's like, are y'all crazy?
Hey,
what's wrong with y'all?
I'm not gonna say he's. I've met Tim Brown. I'm not gonna
So Devontae Adams and they ain't no punk. But Devontae Adams ain't go to Notre Dame, dog. Devontae Adams.
Hey, no, I mean, we ain't talking about college, bro.
Yeah, this man is a top 5 runner in the
history.
All of it.
No, Devontae Adams is the top 5 route runner in the history of that position, bro.
He ain't Tim Brown, so then that means Tim Brown is the top 4.
This man
is catches and touchdowns and yards,
so Tim Brown
return yards. And,
do you know how far Devontae is from this? He's not that far from breaking another guy's all-time touchdown rate.
Bro, Tim Brown's not stupid. I'm sorry. 15,000 yards, bro. Yeah, he got 1,100 receptions. Yo, y'all tripping.
Compare him.
Hold on.
Yeah, compare him if it's so different.
I don't know what y'all talking about, bro.
Yeah, like y'all laughing and stuff, but
Devontae Adams.
Everybody says stop it, no comparison. Let's look it up.
You right.
Ready?
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the exact same thing. Devontae got 10,000 yards, 800 receptions.
Okay.
Right?
Tim Brown played until he was your age.
Tim Brown had 14,000 yards. He said he played. Bro, I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all say. I know I'm old, but I think y'all done lost your cotton picking minds, as they used to say. Y'all done lost every bit of everything trying to. Well, and I love. See, and that's the thing. That's where I think we really out of touch. Do y'all, Tim Brown?
Hey,
Did we
Tim Brown is off the chain legend, yeah.
No, Tim Brown was fire.
Woodson status, if not past Woodson status.
Wait, whoa.
Whoa.
What are you saying?
Hold on.
Bro,
settle down.
Woodson has the Heisman.
I'm a Marcus Allen fan, and I know the difference between Tim Brown and Rod Woodson and Marcus Allen.
Okay, you said Rod. I thought you talking about Chuck. Yeah, he said Rod Woodson. Okay, yeah, Rod Woodson.
No. Rod Woodson, yeah. I don't know about no damn Al.
I think Charles Woodson, I think he's like the GOAT. He's appreciated. He's the GOAT.
Who's your greatest Raider ever? I want to start with Turf because Turf is bullet. Who's the greatest Raider ever to you?
For me, it's Marcus Allen. You already know. Hey, look, bro. I mean, I need to get on my soapbox. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I want y'all to understand this, like through and through. Real talk. I was 7 years old. I'm 48 years old, born in 75. And, you know, I'll never forget Marcus Allen playing the Redskins in the Super Bowl, 72-yarder, one side to the other. I literally did the same exact thing in Pop Warner the next week, if not that day, game, whatever it was, because I saw it. I knew I would never be him in that style of run. I knew that. I was a completely different running back, but guess what? It's why that thing right there is, you know, look, football comes first. I'm not drunk. Football comes first, bro. Football comes first, bro. The bottom line is, hey, that's my joint right there. You know what I'm saying? It's Raider Nation first and foremost before.
Hey, Mr. Raider Nation forgets that Tim Brown left to go be a Buccaneer. So
Chris seen turf drunk, so I might have to believe him.
I ain't drunk. Come on, Chris, I ain't drunk. Yeah, you know that. That's what I'm saying.
Who's next? Who's next to tell you their best Raider?
Who's the greatest Raider, man?
For me, it's You know, it's Woodson. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up watching him. He's from Ohio. Went to Michigan. You know, I watched him. You know, young and watching him grew up. That's just my favorite player, man. I mean, to me, it's not even close. But and honestly, and then my second favorite, but he's more of a urban legend, is Bo Jackson.
You
didn't give me a second because that would be my second.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I mean, but I get it. Like Tim, like someone like Leo being from LA and like, you know what I'm saying? Like Tim probably just hit different for y'all, but
he sure
Tim was cool, man. But it's like, I don't know, man. Tim. Oh
yeah, Tim is crazy.
Tim was cold, man.
Mr. Raider is on there. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Look, I don't even said who's my favorite. But for y'all to sit there and act like Tim wasn't literally like Mr. Raider, like I don't
know. He was. Yeah,
he hasn't got to me yet.
I don't understand what's wrong with these kids on here, bro. Like, what's wrong with bro?
Come on, Unc. Stop for us, Unc.
Tim Brown was crazy, yo. That's why I sound drunk. Tim Brown was. I don't get it. Tim Brown was crazy, bro. It's like it was no different than Bo Jackson in my eyes. He was actually, and to be honest, doing what he did, he was more electrifying than Bo Jackson. He had more bigger runs, I bet you. I bet you he probably had bigger runs. You know, meaning by way of pass, right? By pass. I'm guessing. My guess is Tim Brown had bigger runs.
Chris's face is classic right now.
Hey, you think I'm wrong, bro? You think I'm wrong with that, man? Where you at? Man, the truth is, his career was cut short, so we already know I'm gonna win that anyways.
First and foremost, bro. Huge shout out to Chris. Happy birthday, big dog.
Yeah, thank you,
Happy 41st.
Happy birthday,
You know his birthday? What? But for me, rundown, it's always gonna be Tim Brown. I saw Marcus Allen. I'm about Turf's age. I remember Marcus Allen. I love Marcus Allen. But to me, Tim Brown, watching him play at Notre Dame, I liked him there as a Notre Dame fan. His kicks returns, the Heisman Trophy, coming to the Raiders and just bringing that same energy, bro. Like, I remember his first punt return. It was fucking insane how fast this dude was, bro. Yeah. At that time, it was like unreal. So just to me, Tim Brown, all the catches, all the different fucking quarterbacks he had to go through, Bernline, Schrader, Wilson, fucking Hostetler, George, like all kinds of them, bro.
Get him, Leo.
And then to finally, like, I know people think of Tim Brown like, oh, he was just a possession because that's where you remember with Gannon. By that point, Tim Brown was a little older and slower. But if you put young Tim Brown in that offense, bro, you know what's talking about. That boy had wheels. He had hands. He ran routes like nobody, bro. Oh.
What is wrong with y'all, man? Y'all tripping.
That's why I only wear the Tim Brown jersey on special occasions for that very reason.
Hey, all right, bro. I'm the same way. I only wear it. I pull that thing out once a year. When I do it, my chest is out.
Yeah, I see.
And bro, I'm a Marcus Allen dude, bro. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I don't get it. Bro, what's up, bro?
Where you at, man? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite Raider? Who's the greatest Raider?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, first and foremost, I'm gonna have to say it's hard between Charles Woodson and Tim Brown because my best friend growing up from junior high, and you know, when I met him, his uncle was Tim Brown, so I actually got the chance to meet him a couple times. And yeah, his mom, that's Tim. Her brother is Tim Brown, so like he would show up to like family barbecue events and all that shit, you know. So I would have to say it's a tie between Charles Woodson and Tim Brown, but as far as like one of my favorite like Raiders to like watch, I guess, was Bo Jackson. I think he was just super just exciting to watch, electrifying when he ran on the Seahawks again, ran through the tunnel and stuff. You know, like it. I think it was just cut short. You know, and then to watch him in baseball too, what he did on the Royals. You know, like he was just a super athlete. You know, and,
when he ran on the wall.
Yeah, or when he ran on the wall, and when he threw, because he played right field. He threw from right field all the way to fucking third base and got that dude out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, like, not a lot of people have done that shit, you know? And he was just a super athlete, dude. You know?
Super.
Hey, look, I wish that, number one, Tony, I hope you change that PIN number immediately.
I know. I was just here thinking about it, like, Tony, wow, bro.
Wow.
Man, the internet is not where you want to do that at. The internet is not where you want to do that.
Chili's still in here. I think it's funny because, like, you know, me, Chili, and all my other guys, you know, we didn't watch Tim Brown. We didn't watch Bo Jackson. We didn't like, so, you know, these are legends. These are legends that we hear.
Legends. I don't know why that is problem, though.
To watch with our own eyes, bro. You got like, we're of the era of the revolving door. You know what
I mean? And that's the thing. It's so sad. Yeah, it's so sad.
You know, so like, of course, my greatest Raider got to be Charles Woodson because I'm, you know, that's who I was seeing.
Charles Woodson.
You know, and I'm old enough to kind of remember the first stint. You know what I mean? With C-Dub. And then, you know, of course, him coming back. As far as like favorite Raider, like my favorite Raiders were like Darren McFadden and fucking Nnamdi.
Nnamdi, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, like those my guys. So it's like, it's funny to like
Tyrone Wheatley.
And that's why I say like Devontae is like dude, because I've never ever in my 25 years of living have ever seen a receiver like Devontae Adams. Never.
Bro.
I have not. And that's me. That's me personally. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I say this generation. Like, he's different.
Cooper was a good route runner, though.
Well, see, and the problem that we have when it comes to Raider Nation is even with all these new receivers, the truth is we really do have elite receivers from the past, which is Cliff Branch, and then obviously the dude they got an award by, which is Freddie B. And I love Fred Biletnikoff, dog. Like that dude didn't do his thing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? For their time, what they did, that's, you know what I mean, they did what they did, and if you try to correlate that to these times, then you now talking about these other dudes that's not on our team that's putting up bigger numbers. I'm just
it's the revolving door. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Exactly right. It's that revolving door. I'm just saying.
My man Chili right here, man. Like that's my guy. See, he's 16. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know that.
Oh man.
I like my nephew.
These are like urban legends.
Don't even remember the
shit. Bo Jackson and shit. Like we don't know none of that. So that's just crazy.
That's crazy. Hey, CT, you're talking about the Bo Jackson highlight. I know everybody always watches that Seahawks game, but you too when he played the Lions on Monday Night Football versus Barry Sanders. That fucking showdown, bro. Those two running backs were the best. Oh my God. Talk about
what was that dude's name on the Seahawks? That fucking linebacker?
Bosworth.
We don't know Bosworth.
The thing with Bosworth was all like media hype, his self-promotion hype. He wasn't even really that fucking good.
No, he wasn't that good. Yeah, he was like he was like the
way they were talking about him, he was
Tony Manziel.
He was like a name like that. Like he just marketed himself well. The Bob.
He had a haircut.
Like he never was the same after that, man.
No, fucking Bo Jackson put him.
But hey, fellas, man, I'm about to step out, man. I had a great time with y'all. I'm about to go, get a couple shots in, and then get ready for my Hondo interview, man. Hey, everybody was in here.
Got you, CT. I got you on that thing, Chris.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Everybody in here, man. Make sure y'all, follow me, man, just so y'all can see the daggone interview I'm doing with Hondo Carpenter, man. Make sure you come check me out. and just know, man, we real fans over here. There's a lot of content creators a lot of content creators out here biting people's style, man. Just know we originators. I got a whole crew right here. It's my brothers, man. The Raiders Syndicate, man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hear about us, man. We just getting started. But just follow me, man. And I'm make sure I take care of y'all with that interview, man. Peace, y'all.
Hey, so he's taking us right into our last topic of the day, and that is the Hondo Carpenter article. Of course, if you haven't read it already,
don't even go read that shit.
Right? I suggest that you go read it. Of course, our brother got Hondo on the show tomorrow, so he.
Hey, that's big. Shout out to Chris again.
You know what I mean? These are all the questions that we want to know about the present. But the Hondo Carpenter article that was written today talks about the past. All right, and it talks about Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, and some of the disagreements that they've had. So I want to start with CP, man. I know you read the article.
I read it.
How do you feel after reading that? How do you feel about, everything?
It almost feels like suspicion, like being affirmed. Josh McDaniels, there wasn't enough room for him and his ego and his pride on the team. Him wanting to do things his way. Seeing that Ziegler, wanted to keep Stidham and knew he had what he needed to move up to get Stroud, and just a lot of things, like McDaniels just wanting to do things his way, kind of wanting to implement that Patriot way, bring in Patriots. Even though they disagreed on a lot of stuff, they still agreed on some bad shit too, like bringing in Chandler Jones for all that money on the tail end of his career. So I read it, dude, and for those who haven't read it, man, take like about 15 minutes, go read it. It's a really great read. He gives you 10 things that they disagreed on, and like I said, it was almost like suspicions come true. McDaniels, wasn't enough room for him and his ego, and he went into this job scared, like afraid of losing his job. Like that, how are you going to be successful when the whole time you're thinking about scared of losing? Like that shit's a mindset, dude. Being a leader, being successful, being all that shit. Like you got to believe in yourself and all that shit. You got to believe in the people around you and everything. And he's going in every day. Every time he sees fucking Mark Davis, he's fucking tensing up and getting nervous because he's scared of losing his job, like he did in Denver. Like, dude, for him to be scared as soon as he signed on that dotted line, I never liked the signing in the get-go, but like I said, this just affirmed a lot of my suspicions and a lot of shit that I've said for like the last 2 years. So great read. I loved it.
Boom, Leo, where you at on it, man?
Man, you know what? For me, I know there was a lot of shit. A lot of people didn't like Josh, the whole Patriot way. I saw it as like lesson learned to Mark. The importance of hiring the right people and what you expect out of them. Seeing all that, like, kind of let me believe like they were just doing what they were going to do. Mark had no idea. And the importance of hiring your GM and the coach and then being on the same page, how much that matters to a fucking franchise. Like, you look at the successful franchises that have been recently, like the Eagles, they have a good GM, they bring in the right players, the coach knows what to do with them, they agree with them, stuff like that. The 49ers, whatever they're doing, or with Shanahan, fucking rotating quarterbacks, but yet they still compete every year. Shit like that. Like, the importance of that, and for the Raiders to finally start getting that shit and seeing what it takes to build that winning team. Reading all that shit was hard, because it was like, man, we could have had this, we should have done that. Like, all the shit you always wondered about. I think for me, my biggest disappointment was Ziegler. Because when the hire happened, in my mind, I always hoped Ziegler would check McDaniels so he wouldn't become Denver McDaniels. Yeah. And then after reading that shit, it was like that never happened. The friendship was too much of a friendship. Like, at a certain point, it's a business, bro. Like, I'm the general manager, you're the coach. We need to figure this out because this ain't happening, My friends are not. We need to figure this shit out. So hopefully, Mark learns from this shit, and this next time around, I'm hoping that's what he meant by I'm going to do things differently this time, because I know last time he already had McDaniels in his mind before the season even ended. That's what he wanted to come on, So now, hopefully it'll be different this time around. Yeah.
I fully agree with a lot you said, and I have to pick something to piggyback. But Turk, where you at on that?
Look, even from experience, you know what I mean? The politics and so forth. Sometimes those politics work for you, right? Meaning you the person that put in the work, etc. I got a homeboy right now till this day will honestly say, I just never expected you was ever going to put up the yards he put up, right? And you know what I'm saying? And that was just on his initial perspective and perception of what he saw until he actually saw the work put involved in everything that got me them yards. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's like, now I would never ever question it after seeing the work you put involved to it. It's no different, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just really kind of the way that I see it.
And it's bad, man, but continue. What you saying?
No, I was just that's the easiest way for me to sum it up, bro.
I agree. I want to piggyback on a little what Leo was saying, and that's like, okay, in this right here, in this instance, Ziegler was, I thought, to be hired to kind of check McDaniels and certain things, check him at the door. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think one of the biggest things, and that I really agree with what Leo said, is that this is a lesson learned for Mark, that you need to get your ass in them rooms. I think I said this on my channel a minute ago. I don't want to hear the goddamn excuse that you don't know football like your dad anymore. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You feel me? Like, at this point, you need to learn, because then you will know when you hire motherfuckers like this and they want to make certain decisions that they want to make, you would know that shit don't make sense. Why are we doing it? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be completely hands-on, but at least know enough to be like, that's not the direction I'm trying to go. Because if he, like, and this is why I say McDaniels and Ziegler fucked up too, they're not including Mark in these conversations, right? If they were including Mark in the conversations, like I'm thinking Champ Kelly is, like, this is where I'm thinking, this is where I want to go. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want to trade this and this for who? CJ Stroud? I may not know football like that, but I know I got some motherfuckers in my ear that can tell me if he's real or not. Let me go ask Tom. Hey, Tom, what you think about CJ Stroud? Oh, yeah. He's like, okay, for sure. All right, Z, I'm cool with that. Let's go. At least do that. You know what I'm saying? That's at least do that.
100%.
He don't even get in the building to do all that shit right now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the excuse for that shit is bullshit now. I think he knows he has to fuck around and be more involved to a degree.
Right. No,
you know
I agree.
I mean?
Yeah.
Because for the last two coaches, he's been too hands off. He's let John Gruden run a fucking muck, and he's let Josh McDaniels run a muck. And he needs to see and nip that shit in the bud and say, all right, now, next head coach, AP, it's going to be you, and Champ, you the next GM. Y'all going to do what you do, but I'm going to hear that. I'm going to be in the room with that. And Tom is next to me because he's minority owner, so he definitely know if what you're saying is going to be some bullshit. So now we all on one accord. Owner, GM, and coach. We all know what direction we taking this motherfucker, and we good. You feel me? So many times I think Marcus just hired a motherfucker and just hoped that he got him there. Like, he hoped he got him in this situation. Yeah, but that's where I'm at. But I think it was a very crazy article. Definitely, everybody, if you haven't read it, definitely tap in and go read that. But before we get out of here, man, give everybody a chance to go ahead and shout out what they got going on. Leo, let's start with you, man. What you got going on for the rest of the week?
We do our weekly Monday reaction, and of course our weekly Raider show. Just check us out on Cheeto Linus on YouTube. Subscribe, follow, and like, and then I'm also on here with my boys. And then don't forget to check out Chris's interview with Honda tomorrow. That shit gonna be fire. Check the Shield podcast.
Share the shit out of that.
Yep.
Trying to get more likes and views than them biters and them haters over there, them fake ass.
Hey, you know what it is. Man, but the real always gonna prevail. The real content always gonna show itself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But CT, what you got going on, man, for the rest of the week or whatever you got going on in the future?
Well, if you guys don't know, me and Rundown do a pre-game, halftime, and after-game instant reaction whenever there is a game.
That. Did you guys go on during the pre-game?
Yeah, we did a pre-game, halftime, and we did an end game. Yeah. So we're gonna try to keep that up for the rest of the season and hopefully for the future. You know what I'm saying? I have a good time doing that, and so we do that every single game, and then I have my shows on Wednesday at 7:00 Pacific Standard Time. That's the Real Men Are Raiders podcast, and that's on YouTube at Real Men Are Raiders. You could also check me out on Instagram, Real Men Are Raiders, and you could also catch me on any of these guys' shows at any time, man. You know, like we all say, we keep it real, whether you guys like to hear it or not. You know, we give it to you straight up. You know. And you can agree with us or not, and that's exactly, and that's the way it is. So, real talk, you know, we keep it 100 around here. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, and you know that's pretty much it, man. That's all we got for you tonight. We want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. You know, rocking with us. It was another.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Hey, rundown. Another fire show.
First, man, you want
rundown.
What's up?
I appreciate you, Rundown. You dope, bro.
Right. I appreciate you too, man.
Yeah.
Turf is drunk.
Appreciate you too. End this off, man. You want to end this off?
Hey, I'm excited to be a Raider fan, man. It's a lifestyle. This is what I do till the casket drops, as they say.
Yes,
real talk.
Man, so make sure you guys hit the like button. Be back every Thursday for another Turf Rundown. So as for us, we are out of here. Y'all have a good one, man. And make sure y'all have it on all the buttons, man. We gonna peace out.
Peace out, fellas.